The thing that came up in the practice today I wanted to touch briefly about was when you're faced with a criminal charge situation. I've said it before, many of us we're going to have an encounter with law enforcement simply because of the nature of our society. We operate motor vehicles. Law enforcement's tasked with the area of responsibility to make sure we're operating them safely. And let's just say that we have a client and his name is Street Racer, and he likes to go fast on motorcycles. I don't know anybody like that, and I'm sure you don't either. But let's say Mr. Racer was to get in a brush with the law in Angelina County, Texas, and he gets deferred adjudication, and which means he's going to enter a plea of guilt. That plea of guilt and the punishment will be deferred, and as long as he's good, he will have that case dismissed from his record. But that's not the same as an actual dismissal, because deferred these days, because of changes in the law, and I'll give you an example of why we have those changes. A deferred is essentially a final disposition of guilt, a final conviction of guilt. And the reason why we have that these days is because Mr. Racer over here in Angelina County is a known hoodlum, and he'll go out on the street and he'll race in Dallas County or Tarrant County or Ellis County, Texas, and the law enforcement officers in those counties want to enhance the punishments that are going to be meted out in these other counties for these new offenses based on that prior bad act, but before they weren't able to do that. So there's been some changes in the law that prevent Mr. Racer from getting an expunction. He would only be entitled to, at most, a motion to seal or a motion to non-disclose, but what that means is that it somewhat compartmentalizes the previous offense, but only if certain conditions are met. And those conditions are that essentially Mr. Racer can get in no other trouble except for fine-only Class C misdemeanor, basically traffic tickets. But we know Racer has a problem with traffic tickets because he likes Class B, Class A, and even more advanced traffic tickets, reckless driving tickets. So what to take away from this is that if you have a brush with the law, the last thing you need to be thinking about is, can I get an expunction? Can I get a non-disclosure? First thing you need to do is make sure you've solved the initial problem, which is get yourself eligible. Complete all the conditions that are before you, or convince the state of your whatever responsibility that you may have or may not have, or of your innocence, whatever the case may be, and complete that issue. And then once that's done, then start looking towards the requirements for motions to expunge and for non-disclosures, because those are going to be different and they're going to have different requirements. An expunction you're only entitled to if you get a straight up dismissal, basically, and a non-disclosure you're only entitled to if you've successfully completed certain levels of offenses and you have no other offenses for 24 to 36 or some requisite period of time. Anyway, I hope this has been some help. If you know somebody like Street Racer, intervene, because that guy's going too fast. Anyway, have a great day.